The beef cream sounded good, but I was having second thoughts because I noticed that smoked pork neck right below it.
Alright, so I changed my mind. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the smoked pork neck. Oh man, I don't know. Okay, she's gonna get that one.
So this is the smoked pork neck I decided to order. To be honest, I was a little nervous about this because I've never had pork neck before and I'm afraid I won't be able to eat it. I only ordered this dish for the experience because this is probably the most traditional Czech food as it can get. You see, traditional Czech food are kind of similar to the foods you find in the countries around the Czech Republic. In fact, many pastries and desserts in Central Europe originated here. But typically, most of the main courses you'll find here are like this. Meat drenched in thick sauce or gravy with a side of steamed bread or potatoes called dumplings. Anyway, pork is the most common meat consumed here, and coming across this smoked pork neck is something I don't plan to miss out on. Now, this is the goulash she ordered. I've already talked about this dish when I had it a few days ago during our first meal here in Prague. But like the pork neck I ordered, it's also one of the most popular dishes here in the Czech Republic. Actually, it's a popular dish all over Central Europe. It's basically a stew. I think this one is made with beef and it's served with onions and dumplings. Looking at this pork neck, it's really hard to tell how much meat this thing has because the meat kind of looks like fat. They're like gelled together, making the texture rubbery, if that makes any sense. You see, I'm used to pork meat either being dry, stringy, or juicy. This one is just hard to explain. So the taste was not bad at all. I think it's because of the sauce, but the texture is just something else. It's soft and gelatinous at the same time. I don't know, I've had a lot of weird food before, but the texture of this pork neck is just not happening for me. This red cabbage, on the other hand though, it had a sweet pickled taste to it. It almost tastes like
Sauerkraut, but different. It's sweeter. Yeah, it's sweeter. But the pork is really soft. You know, I don't know if there's like fat in it, but it's really soft. Let me try the dumpling. Dumplings is a lot better. This one has like some kind of meat inside of this.
Potato and bread.
Really? But it has like kind of meat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Although I've already had goulash a few days ago, I still wanted to try the goulash here because it looked really good. The goulash was actually amazing. The sauce was thick and flavorful. I should have definitely ordered this instead. For sure, I won't order this smoked pork neck again if I ever come back here. I mean, it's not that bad for me to stop eating it. I'm pretty sure some people like this, but it just didn't work out for me. I think if it wasn't for the sweet and sour sauce it's drenched with, I probably won't be able to take another bite of this. And the red cabbage, it had a hint of sourness,
But it's also sweet. And the dumplings, I love the dumplings here. It's better, the taste is better. It's not bland. But the best is this. This is actually their staple food here, right? So their main dish is the goulash. It's really good. The sauce is amazing. And the beef is also tender. It's funny, I just finished my beer and this guy just came up and be like, here's beer. He just gave it to me. So I'm like, all right. And then he gave her one too after we finished our first beer. But since I'm recording this right now, I have to say I didn't like the pork neck. I don't like it. But the beef goulash is amazing. The sauce is amazing. I just love that dish. That's amazing. So if you're gonna go to this old bar, the oldest pub in Prague, make sure that you like to drink beer and you order the goulash for sure.
So for dessert, we ended up getting this. On the menu, it says delicate cheesecake, but it doesn't look anything like any cheesecake I've ever had before. Anyway, I've read that the cheesecake originated in ancient Greece back in the 5th century BC, where the earliest mention of the recipe had been documented. I'm not sure what they called it back then, but people started using the word cheesecake sometime in the 15th century. And then in the 18th century, the recipe evolved into the cheesecake we know now.
Looks like caramel, huh? There's like caramel on it. And a sprinkle of powder dust. What do you call it?
Sugar.
Powdered sugar. There you go. Whipped cream. Not really a fan of whipped cream. But cheesecake, yes I am. Wow. The breading is really thick on the bottom. Usually cheesecake isn't like that, right? But this has like kind of caramel on it. What the hell? It's not even sweet. Man, that's so weird. It's not sweet at all. It kind of, okay, I can tell that I can taste the cheesecake. Right? Well, it's not creamy. It's not creamy as a cheesecake. Yeah. Maybe because the bottom part is so thick, the breading is so thick. Maybe that's why. You know, really, I really don't like sweets, but I really need some sweet on this. I need more sugar on this thing, really. Right? Yeah, I mean, I don't like sweets, but man, I really need something sweet here. Maybe some kind of ice cream would be awesome, but it's not like cheesecake in the US, where every single bite is heavy and really sweet. This is like nothing. You know? It's not sweet at all. There's actually a bitter taste to it. Anyway, it's not good. I don't like this. It's really not good. At least the beer is good. So we just had lunch in there, the oldest pub in Dublin, or no, sorry, in Prague. My pork neck, no, it's not good. The goulash was amazing. It was pretty good. The beer was good too. But now we're done. We're full, and it's kind of hot. So we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna go to the town hall, the new town hall, I think. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna go to.
The new town hall, built in the late 14th century, was the home of the municipal administration of the new town back then. After all the towns in Prague converged into one city council in 1784, this building became a criminal courthouse and a prison. But with its many historic events, this hall is most famous for the Prague defenestration in 1419, where 2 Catholic councillors were thrown from the tower and died. Today you can visit the Gothic tower for a fee, while the hall regularly holds cultural and social events. So right behind me is the new town hall. It was commissioned by King Charles in the 14th century. It's actually located here in Newtown, but I think they still use this. They said you can access the tower, but we're not going to, because we're kind of tired, and we're gonna go to this statue, like a head of a person. I don't know what's his name, but I'll find out when I get there. The statue I'm talking about is actually a sculpture of Franz Kafka's head, created by David Cherney in 2014. It's a 36 feet kinetic sculpture made of 42 mechanized panels rotating independently. Like, this is a Kafka's head. It's a sculpture, as you can see. But all these little layers, it actually rotates. That's according to my app. It was designed by a famous sculptor here in Prague. Here, let me just get closer to it. Where are all these people taking pictures? Oh, look, it's moving. See that? See that? It just turned its head on me. Man, I was getting close to it too. Okay. Now it's facing this way.
Here, oh, it's rotating again. Look at that, that's so cool. Oh man, look, it's rotating. I'm just following it. I think after a few seconds it rotates. Let's see. Yeah, I can see it rotate a little bit. No, I guess it's not rotating anymore. But it does rotate though. It's kind of moving a little bit back and forth. Anyway, oh, it's going back this way. Look. Oh, it's facing me now. There you go. That's his face. Anyway, after this we're gonna go to not sure, like a church or something. We're gonna go to some churches and stuff. And we're gonna go that way maybe.
We're actually going to our last and final church here in Prague. But before we went to the church, we came to this garden. This is called the Franciscan Garden. It's a historic garden here in Newtown that was once part of the Franciscan monastery, created in 1347.
This garden is called Franciscan College, or Franciscan Garden. What's it called? College. But yeah, it's located here in Newtown. We're actually pretty close. We're like in the middle of Newtown and Old Town. If we go down that way, it's gonna be Old Town. But this is our second to our last stop. There's only one more left, which is on that side. So the garden is just okay. It's like a maze. Look. It's like a little maze that goes around and stuff. Yeah, it's not that bad. Must be nice early in the morning though. So we're gonna go this way and go to, I think it's a church that we're gonna go to last. I think that's the one. I think that's the church right there. So this is our last stop, or our last landmark in Prague. And tomorrow we're gonna go to Athens. But before that, this church right behind me is called the Lady of the Snow. It's built in the 14th century, like 1327 or something like that. 1347 by King Charles, of course. And I'm gonna talk about King Charles throughout this video, that he's really popular here. They love him as king back then. But we're gonna try and go in the church and see what's inside.
I've already talked enough about King Charles on my previous videos, so I'm just going to talk about this church instead. So this church was founded in 1347 during the coronation of King Charles IV. It should have been the second biggest church in Prague, next to the Vitus Cathedral, but they never completed the building. Even so, it's still one of the tallest churches here in Prague, measuring about 112 feet. This church had a few setbacks during its construction. First, it had problems with funds. Then it was damaged during the Hussite Wars, where it was abandoned until the 17th century when it was taken over by the Franciscans.
Can you open the door for me? Thank you.
Entering the church, it's hard to tell that it's not fully completed, but this building was meant to be about 370 feet long. The only part of the church that was completed is what you see here and the bell tower. It's really unfortunate that this church went through a lot of damage during the Hussite Wars. Even the roof and vaults were destroyed centuries ago. So the vaults you see here now are not the original. I read that the original Gothic vault was higher than this. Anyway, the interior of this church was completely changed during the 17th century, and the most significant change is the main altar. It's about 95 feet high, decorated with paintings and sculptures like the Virgin Mary and John the Evangelist. You know, looking at this, I think I can say that it's probably the tallest altar I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god. Look at that, that's the organ and it's playing right now. It just suddenly played. Okay, the castle, that church was pretty old and kind of creepy because when I said music, the organ started playing. But right now we're gonna just walk around. We're done for the day. It's only like 4 o'clock. So we're just gonna walk around, enjoy Prague, go back to the old town, and maybe check out the escalator because I want her to see the tallest escalator in the world, and look for dinner. And that's what we're gonna do. This is the escalator. Oh my god.
By the way, this is not the tallest or the highest escalator in the world. I'm not sure where that is, but this is by far the steepest one I've ever taken. It's located here in a subway right next to the Wenceslas Square in Newtown. Like I said, I just wanted to show her this because it really freaked me out the first time I saw it. I don't think she was too impressed though, but it still scared the hell out of me. As we were walking back to the old town, near Wenceslas Square, we saw a few people performing on the streets, and this guy was really drawing a huge crowd. So like everyone else, we decided to check it out.
Come on, people! This is not Facebook, this is not Instagram, this is not YouTube. This is real life. You're going to put my life in danger for your entertainment.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That is a pig. It's a roasted pig.
So from the new town, we made it back to the old town square. It's funny how we've been walking around this square ever since we got here, and we've just noticed this. This is the Prague Meridian. There used to be a Marian column standing here in the middle of the square from 1652 to 1918, which was used by the city to tell time, kind of like a sundial. Although the column was destroyed in 1918 during a demonstration against the Habsburg monarchy, this brass strip, which was laid onto the cobblestone in the 1990s, marked the spot where the column used to be. Anyway, since we had nothing else to do but walk around the old town square, we stopped by the Astronomical Clock to watch it ring for the last time.
So we came back to the restaurant where we first ate the first night here, right here. It's because it's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna get this one, the beef sirloin and cream sauce. She's getting the salmon steak. All right, so another beer.
So this is the beef sirloin in cream sauce, served with bread and dumplings. It's basically beef cooked in cream sauce made from vegetables, topped with cranberry sauce, a slice of lemon, and whipped cream. Now I know this is one of the most popular traditional dishes here in the Czech Republic, but I don't understand why it only came with 2 small strips of beef. I mean, just look at how much sauce is on this plate. You can barely see the beef. Okay, maybe it's really served this way, but come on now. I really need more meat than this. Her salmon steak, on the other hand, looked really good. The salmon was baked in herb butter sauce, served with mashed potatoes, almonds, and broccoli.
She got salmon. Good choice. What is this sauce? It's a green sauce right there. It's the mint sauce. I also ordered some fries right here on the side, just for good measure. But let me cut on this beef right here. It's kind of hard, but it's drenched with sauce already. Let's see. It's actually tender. Wow. Wow, this sauce is amazing. Wow, I love the sauce. You like the sauce? I thought this was like mustard, but it's not. It's sweet. The sauce is sweet. Our waiter didn't recommend me to get a fries, but I've been craving fries since this morning. But this is some kind of like a whipped cream and lemon. I don't know what this is about, but I'm gonna put that there. I only have like 2 pieces of meat. That's all. It's kind of sad, but I'll let you try it. Here. Okay, try this one. That's just beef. I don't know what this is. It's like ice cream. It's weird. No. Okay. This is their salmon with some green sauce. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh my god. That sauce. It's like basil sauce, man. Amazing. This is her salmon. That basil sauce right there. It's basil, huh? It's really, really good. Man. That makes it. That's awesome. This plate is really good. Man, she hit like 2 dishes today that are pretty good. Mine is actually good. This one is pretty good. It's just, yeah, it's just not enough. I like the sauce. I mean, what am I gonna do with all this sauce? My meat is like, I only have 2 pieces of meat here. Look at this. You can't even see the beef. Here. It's actually good. Yeah, the beef is actually good because of the sauce. I just need a big chunk of beef right here. How much is this? Two something? This is like $10. It's expensive. But would have been nice though. It would have been really nice if we had more beef. Look at this. I don't know what this is. This is like a jelly kind of thing.
Like cranberry sauce?
Yeah, like cranberry. Oh. It's like Jello, but very sweet. Here, I'll mix it with my beef here. Really good. Too much sauce. That's me. Wow. So this dish right here, I only have like 2 little pieces of meat on it. It wasn't enough. It's really like a, I want to say a rip-off, but because it was good, it's just that there's not enough food. There's nothing in there. But her salmon is pretty awesome. That was pretty good. So what happened is I ordered another dish, the beef pork ribs. No, the pork ribs, the roasted pork ribs, which is about 360 crowns. This is the roasted pork rib. Oh man, look at that. I've had this like a few days ago, and I actually get to compare the taste now between the other one and this one. It actually came with a garlic bread and 2 different kinds of sauce. There's one underneath there. Yeah, this is the roasted pork rib. I'm gonna get the first one. Go ahead. I get a big one. This one right here. How is it? Is it better than the first one? No? Yeah. The first one was a lot better. It needs more like what do you call that? Honey glaze, yeah. The other one has a lot of honey glaze. But this one I dipped it on this sauce. Sour cream.
The red one.
Yeah. What kind of sauce is that?
It's like ketchup, but it's spicy. Or like spicy.
Dip it on this other sauce right here. The red sauce. A red sauce right here. Yeah. More like barbecue sauce. Yeah. So there's like two different kinds of sauce here. This one is a kind of sweet, like kind of like a barbecue sauce, and this is a sour cream sauce. But they're okay. The other beef is a lot better, or the pork ribs is a lot better because the skin was like crunchier, and the tenderness of the meat is the same. It's pretty good. But the other one's a lot better. This one needs more like honey glaze on the skin.
I was talking about the pork ribs we've had from another restaurant a few days ago. Like I said, compared to these ribs, those were just better. Partly because the other one had the nice glaze to it. Well, this one is not that bad too. It's actually good. It was tender and juicy. I'm not complaining. I was just hoping that it would taste more like the other one. That's all. Also, it didn't need those dipping sauce. The flavor of the pork by itself is enough.
Try the garlic bread. They have this garlic bread here. They're good with pasta. Killed it. I just killed a baby pig.
It's hard to choose which dish I like the most. I mean, the salmon was really good. The sauce on my sirloin beef was amazing. And the pork, if only I didn't know about the other one I've had, I would say I like them all the same. Nothing really stood out. They're all equal in my opinion.
For dessert, we're gonna get this. Again, we had this before in the beginning, in the first night we were here, and it was so good. It's this one. It was so good. We're gonna have that to pretty much end our dinner, our last meal here in Prague. Well, actually, you know what? We're still gonna eat tomorrow, so for lunch. I don't know where, but we'll find a place to eat tomorrow for lunch. This is like ice cream and chocolate. What is that called? Fondant. Oh man, it looks so good. It was actually really good. That's why we ordered it again. Oh, that smell. And really good. And the ice cream. Pretty good, huh? Can you open this up for me? That's the chocolate. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful right there. That is a beautiful layered chocolate. Yeah, we're gonna finish here, eat the dessert, and then go back to the square.
So during our stay here in Prague, we were able to visit many, if not all the major landmarks the city has to offer, including local ones too. You know, even though my first visit here in Prague a few years ago was short, I still fell in love with this city. In fact, I tell people that it's my favorite city in Europe. So coming back here the second time, I was a little apprehensive because I didn't want to ruin my first experience here, like I might find it not as amazing as I thought it to be. But I'm glad I came back, and I still feel the same way as I did the first time I came here. In fact, I think I love it more because now I have a better appreciation of this country's history and how significant and important the city of Prague is to its development. So Prague, with its rich history, is one of the well-preserved cities in Europe. From its architecture to its many cultural attractions, you'll never run out of things to see and do here. And about the food, okay, they don't have as many dishes like Spain or Italy, but the stew, the roasted meat and sausages, they're just amazing. Oh, and don't get me started with the sauce. They definitely know how to make their sauce here. So on the next video, we'll be leaving Prague to catch a flight to Athens, which is by the way the last place we're going to visit on this trip.